You might not believe this, dear friends of Golden Wisdom, but there are simple, comforting foods you likely already have at home that can quietly support and soothe aging eyes while you sleep. An evening ritual so gentle it takes less than 5 minutes, yet over time it can help you wake feeling clearer, calmer, and more confident behind your eyes. And that matters because so many of us past 60 aren't dealing with just blurry vision. We're navigating stinging eyes that tire when we read, halos and hazy patches that make night driving feel risky, and a steady sensitivity to glare that turns a simple errand into a strain. So if that sounds familiar, please know you're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone, because what we call just aging often hides a quieter story. Years of micronutrient depletion, slower circulation to the retina, low-grade inflammation nudging the delicate tissues of the eye, and undernourished repair at night when the body is supposed to restore itself. Tonight we change that, not with prescriptions or expensive drops, but with 4 humble nuts and a cup of warm herbal tea, a tiny evening ritual that signals to the body, it's repair time now. And if you give it the tools consistently, your eyes can respond in surprisingly gentle ways. First, let's honor the quiet hero so often overlooked, the walnut. Rich in the plant omega-3 fat, ALA, walnuts nourish the brain-eye connection, and because your eyes are literally part of your nervous system, linked to your brain by the optic nerve, supplying the right fats helps keep signals smooth, blood flow supported, and fragile nerve fibers buffered from oxidative stress. In lived experience, seniors who add a small evening portion of the right fats often report a steadier focus, less squinting under morning light, and a sense that their visual system woke up without the scratchy, gritty feeling that used to greet them at dawn. Think of ALA as the quiet oil that keeps the gears from grinding, subtle but essential. Now step beside the walnut and meet your macula's tiny bodyguards, pistachios. Behind their delicate crunch is a rare duo your eyes absolutely love, lutein and zeaxanthin, plant pigments that behave like internal sunglasses, filtering harsh wavelengths, easing glare sensitivity, helping your eyes maintain contrast when the world turns dim, and supporting the small central area that gives you sharp detail. We don't manufacture these pigments on our own. We must invite them in with food. And pistachios do something special by pairing those pigments with gentle fats that help your body absorb them. When seniors begin to stock the macula's pigment shield, many notice that bright headlights feel less punishing and reading in softer evening light becomes less of a battle. It's not overnight magic. It's quiet defense from the inside out. Next we travel, at least in imagination, to the Amazon and the Brazil nut, a larger, unassuming seed that arrives carrying selenium, a trace mineral your body needs in tiny amounts, yet uses for remarkably big jobs. Selenium supports your antioxidant machinery and helps recharge vitamin E, making it more effective at protecting the fatty layers that cushion and coat your eye tissues. Where there's chronic irritation, scratchiness, or a sense that your eyes are always tired, selenium may be one of the missing sparks. And the beautiful part is that you usually need only 1 Brazil nut to make a meaningful difference. I've met older adults who lug artificial tears everywhere and still feel foggy. Yet when they supply this small mineral alongside hydration and a calmer evening routine, they often say something like, "My eyes feel quiet again," which is a profoundly human goal. Not just to see, but to feel peaceful behind the seeing. Finally, say hello to hazelnuts, gentle, fragrant, and one of nature's richer sources of vitamin E. The surface of your eye relies on stable, healthy lipids to keep moisture from evaporating too quickly. And deeper within, collagen scaffolding supports the cornea, lens, and tiny vessels that keep everything nourished. With age, moisture and collagen resilience fade, and we notice it as scratchiness upon waking, delayed adjustment moving from bright kitchen to darker hallway, and watery eyes that ironically signal dryness. By giving vitamin E in its natural fat-carried form, exactly how hazelnuts present it, you help protect those delicate membranes from oxidative stress and slow the breakdown of collagen that keeps shape, flexibility, and crisp focus. People are often surprised that something so small can have a felt effect. But again, we're not chasing stimulation, we're feeding structure. So here's the golden wisdom ritual, graceful and simple enough to repeat tonight. 1 hour before bed, set out a small bowl, a few walnuts for the brain-eye bridge, a small handful of pistachios for macular defense, 1 Brazil nut for a calm, selenium-supported anti-inflammatory nudge, and a few hazelnuts to bathe the surface and scaffolding in vitamin E. We're not aiming for a heavy snack. Think gentle nourishment, the difference between flooding the garden and giving it a measured drink right before nightfall. Pour yourself a warm, unsweetened herbal tea, chamomile if you like floral calm, lemon balm if you want a soft lift into sleep, and let it pair with the fats to aid absorption while signaling your nervous system that it's time to downshift. Then sit, no screens, no news, no scrolling, just 5 quiet minutes that become a sacred cue to your biology that repair time has begun. With consistency, the reports are beautifully ordinary. I'm not squinting as much at the paper, the morning sting is gone, evening headlights feel less aggressive, small wins that stack into confidence. Because this is golden wisdom, let's also make space for the stories that keep us going. I think of June, a 72-year-old painter who confessed not only that colors seemed duller, but that her mind felt foggy. We set up this tiny ritual, simple fats, steady pigments, 1 Brazil nut, a few hazelnuts. And 3 weeks later, she walked in with a vase of sunflowers, color alive again, and a smile to match. And there's Harold, 68, who stopped driving at night because his eyes couldn't handle the glare. After 2 months of quiet pigment loading from pistachios with dinner in the evening bowl, he returned to the road, not recklessly but confidently, saying, "I'm not afraid of the dark anymore." And Richard, 76, a retired mechanic who avoided video calls because faces blurred into soft shapes. After faithfully honoring his 5 minutes at night, he called to say he could see his granddaughter's dimples, and it felt like the lights in his world turned up a notch. None of these people chased perfection or bought gimmicks. They offered small, regular tools at the right time, and the body did what bodies love to do when respected. It repaired, little by little. Now, because we honor evidence and safety on golden wisdom, hear these gentle guardrails. Go small on portions, especially at night. If you take blood thinners, have thyroid or kidney conditions, or live with nut allergies, consult your clinician before starting. Keep Brazil nuts to about 1 per day because selenium is powerful in tiny doses. If you have diagnosed eye disease like glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, or macular degeneration, keep your appointments and treatments steady. Food supports care, it does not replace it. Hydrate during the day so your tear film is not forced to compensate at night. Dim screens after sunset or choose warmer hues to reduce strain. And remember that vision comfort is a whole body project. Movement that pumps blood gently, sleep that isn't fractured by late caffeine, and stress reduction that lets eye muscles relax will all make this ritual more effective. Some of you will ask, why at night? Because your eyes, like your joints and your skin, do much of their repair off-duty. In sleep, your body shifts toward maintenance. Cellular cleanup accelerates, inflammation calms, tissues rebuild. So providing lipids, pigments, and antioxidants in a quiet, digestible window feeds the assembly line right when it's most active. Think of your evening bowl as delivering parts to a nighttime workshop. If the parts arrive on the wrong shift, the crew waits. If they arrive just before the lights go down, the crew works steadily while you rest. Others will ask, can I use supplements? You can, but food brings a chorus of cofactors, fiber, minor antioxidants, gentle fats, that often make absorption friendlier and side effects quieter. Many people also find a ritual with real foods more sustainable and soothing than swallowing a handful of capsules. If a clinician guides you towards specific doses for your condition, honor that guidance and let this ritual be the nourishing background music. And yes, you can rotate. Some nights almond slices can join for their own vitamin E, or a spoon of ground flax can team with walnuts for extra ALA, while leafy greens at dinner, spinach, kale, boost lutein and zeaxanthin so your pistachios have allies on the plate. Rainbow vegetables, wild-caught fish a couple of times a week if you enjoy it. And gentle daylight walks all stitched together with your evening bowl to lift your visual comfort slowly but surely. The deeper truth we practice here is patience. Eyes don't scream for help, they whisper. Glare creeps, dryness tiptoes, confidence retreats one small decision at a time. So we answer with small, steady kindnesses that add up in the same quiet way. 2 or 3 weeks is a reasonable horizon to feel the first hints. Less morning grit, fewer reflexive squints, easier focus. 8 to 12 weeks is a comfortable window for pigment replenishment to show up as night driving ease. And for those who love tracking progress, keep a tiny eye comfort log, a 1 to 10 rating each morning and evening. Note glare tolerance at night, and jot the minutes you spent outside under gentle daylight with appropriate protection to keep circadian rhythms happy. Measurement isn't pressure, it's encouragement, a way to see that your effort is not invisible. If there's a philosophy under all of this, it's that caring for eyes is caring for the way you meet the world. When you can read the paper without a frown line forming, when twilight doesn't steal your confidence, when faces regain detail and color, your day opens. It's not about seeing forever like a teenager. It's about seeing now with more ease. And each simple act, placing 4 kinds of nuts in a small bowl, warming a cup of tea, sitting without a screen for 5 quiet minutes, tells your nervous system, we are safe, we are cared for, we can repair. And those messages repeated become physiology. So tonight, for the Golden Wisdom family, here's your gentle challenge. Prepare your small bowl. Few walnuts, few pistachios, 1 Brazil nut, few hazelnuts. Brew your chamomile or lemon balm. Sit with a soft lamp or the easy hush of your kitchen. Breathe for 60 seconds, then savor. Feel the warmth move through your chest. Imagine your macula laying in a little more pigment, your tear film holding moisture a bit longer, your optic nerve receiving a calmer flow. Set down the cup and let yourself be done. No multitasking, no last-minute news, just bed. And when morning comes, notice. Don't strain to declare a miracle. Just notice. Does the paper feel easier? Does the screen sting less? Does the bathroom light feel friendlier? Collect these small yeses like bright pebbles in your pocket and let them remind you that healing is rarely loud but always possible. If this message from Golden Wisdom brought you hope or a practical next step, I invite you to gently tap like so. More seniors can find it. Share it with a friend who has been quietly struggling with their vision. And subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss the next calm, clear guide that helps you age with confidence and grace. I read every comment. So tell me below what changes you've noticed in your eyes lately, which part of this ritual you'll try first, and what other nightly habits you'd like us to explore. We are building this library together, one peaceful evening at a time. And remember, this video is educational and not medical advice. So if you have nut allergies, take blood thinners, or have thyroid, kidney, or specific eye conditions, please talk with your clinician before changing your routine. Keep Brazil nuts to about 1 per day to avoid excess selenium, and keep your regular eye exams because food supports care. It doesn't replace it. Until next time, from all of us at Golden Wisdom, thank you for the trust you place here. May tonight's tiny ritual bring tomorrow's clearer view.